determination. Today we're going to talk tonight about the topic about requirement determination. Requirement determination, right, it is the main rule of the project management and the business analyst, right? Project management plays a very critical role as well as the business analyst as if they are detectives, right? They need in order to look for clues about the requirements in order to determine it. Project management and business analysis, right, did not start to interrogating all of the external stakeholders in order to try to find the requirements, what the customer is intended, what is the application is being required. Project management, if we define it, it is the application of knowledge, tools and techniques in order to meet the customer requirements. Project management, they spend about 15% of your time building a workable plan, trying to build business strategic goals, building a scope document, and as well monitoring and controlling the project. Project management do work as well on finding the best suited projects that they should be operated into the market. All of these are then fed into the analysis phase of the part of the SDLC. Now the second phase of the analysis phase, which is the system analyst or the business analyst, spends 20% of his time, right, trying to build use cases, building as well functional and non-functional requirements. Now, both of them, the project management and the business analysis, they both have a unique of critical system thinking. Critical system thinking means that both of them, they need to apply SWOT, the strengths of the system, what are the weaknesses in order to overcome them, opportunities and threats. So it is in a way of finding solution to the problems, finding solutions for the issues that could be done, right? Business analysis, what he does is that he needs to study the existing system as is, and then he needs to put improvements on how the new system will be looking like, which is going to be as to be. Similarly, the project management, he needs to build the master schedule plan as well the detailed plan by building a proper work breakdown structure. They are both of them, they are working collaboratively, right, to find out the clues and investigating those requirements. Okay, there are many methodologies, right, that need to be adopted. Taking in care communication when it comes to collecting requirements, right, we do have what we call an open-ended interrogation, right? An open-ended interrogation, it means it is in the form of a essay questions. You need to get detailed information, so you might ask the stakeholder, right, what is the importance of your system going to be used for? What is intended? So he start to drilling you with more. That's called as an essay question. Could be another interrogation we might use as a close-ended interrogation, right? Close interrogation is a direct binary question, right? It is either yes or either no, right? The third part, which we call it the blended interrogation, which is you're living the environment, which I do recommend and I do like to work it throughout my work as a PM and an analyst, right? I like to work in the form of being inside that environment, right? Understanding the business as if I'm a co-worker, right? So, and I'm feeling hypothetically how every unit works, so that makes even the client to be more engaged with me, right? He will be also likable to help and all of that, and feeling satisfying that he's providing us, that I'm cooperating with him with that information. Both of the unique of project management and business analysis, they play a very critical role in which they will help in order to provide the requirements to the design that he will start to build the non-functional requirements. So what about the non-functional requirements and what about the functional requirements? When we talk about functional requirement, those are the operational and the informational. So operational, it means that the system what it should supposed to intend to do. For example, I am expected that the system it should be able to update all the informations, transactions inserted into the system. The system should be able to save. When the user wants to delete a certain information, it should delete. What about the informational? The information, it should be available whenever you perform a query. So the functional requirements, they are divided up into operational as well into informational. What about the non-functional requirements? Non-functional requirement, it goes with the architect, the designer, who needs to build the design of the system. So he's focusing as well on operational, that is the system, it should be compliant on mobile applications, on a handheld, right, for example, on a tablet, right. As well, the you should look for the security, right. That's another aspect. Security, it means that who is privileged to who to see what at which time and all that. Who's granted privilege, who should revoke it, who should not be able to see certain other pages, right? Performance wise, the system it should be able that to respond in between the query between the system and the user shouldn't take more than 2 seconds, fraction of 2 seconds, right? As well, the downtime it should not exceed 5 minutes. As well, the system it should comply with 5,000 users, right? So as well, we do have the core and the concepts, and that is core of the concepts and the political. It is that the system it should be implied that on the policies that we should be working with a certain X company, right? And the source code that should be held with the company should not go to the customer. All of these aspects or ratios they need to be considered, right, from functional and non-functional requirements. Another ways of also collecting the information, we might use the interviewing. We might go through as well the nominal group techniques. We might go through brainstorming. We might go through Delphi techniques, right? We might go through using software such as the mind maps in order to build the feasibility study of the project, facilitated workshop, and observations. Those are the most parts we're talking about requirement determinations. Remember, project management, business analysts, they are being detectives. They are the key concepts of any success of the project, as well other parts of the team, designers, development team, and the QC team. Hope this video it has been more of intended, super intended for you, and it was a pleasure to present you today about requirement determination. To meet you next week or Friday, right, on another topic. And thank you very much for your time and au revoir.